वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथस्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथस्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः।
सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्यै सूत्रानुकारिभिः।
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
ॐ
आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो
बलिमिन्द्रियाणि च
सर्वाणि
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्।
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्।
माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
मां ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्
मामा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्
करोत्
अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु
अनिराकरणं
निराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु
तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु
तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते
तथा
मयि सन्तु
तु
ते
ते
मयि सन्तु
सन्तु।
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
शान्तिः शान्तिः
शान्ति।
शान्तिः
The last class we have completed the mantra, seventh mantra. The seventh mantra when which is the prashna of the Shishya and the reply of the Acharya. Upanishadam bo bruhi. Iti Shishyasya prashnaha Acharyena uktam uktate Upanishad Ramim Upanishadam mayam abruma iti. And the Bhashyam to that we saw elaborately. The Upanishad already taught, and still the Upanishad continues. It means the following mantras present the sadhanani, preparatory disciplines, sadhanas, like karma yoga, upasana, etc., for gaining jnana yogyata. So mokshartam jnanam eva sadhanam, jnanaika sadhanam moksha siddhaye. Aham brahma asmi iti jnanam tadartam shastram pramana rupena apekshate shastram cha guruscha. Avidya eva samasya. अविद्यायाः अपनयनार्थं ज्ञानम् अपेक्षते तदर्थं शास्त्रं शास्त्रैकसाधनं मोक्षसिद्धये. The problem being ajnanam. Ajnanam ajnanam is caused by adhyasa, and therefore there is atasmin tad buddhihi, wrong conclusion. So therefore the jiva is in samsara, bandha. So the bandha hetu is ajnanam. So ajnana nivrittaye, the sadhanam has to be a cognitive sadhanam, jnana rupa sadhanam, therefore only knowledge. And for knowledge, pramanam apekshate shastram. Other pramanas, they have different areas of operation. Therefore, they cannot give the knowledge for moksha, for getting released from this bondage of samsara. Because here, the problem being ajnanam, that is wrong self-conclusion. The solution has to be a cognitive solution. So therefore, Shastram alone. But in spite of having exposed to Shastram, if the knowledge doesn't occurs, it means it is not the dosha of the Shastram, it is due to the lack of preparedness on the part of the Shishya, incompetency of the student. So therefore, the student has to prepare himself to be a competent candidate for assimilating the knowledge imparted by the Acharya, as it is taught in the Sampradaya. So how to make oneself a competent sadhaka? For that alone, the sadhanas, the preparatory disciplines are required. Karma yoga, upasana, etc. So therefore, the sadhanams which are going to be talked about, it is not for gaining moksha, it is for gaining jnana yogyata. Does it mean only after gaining jnana yogyata one should pursue shastram? It is not like that also. One can continue to pursue shastram, one can do shavanam, mananam, and ididhyasanam, and these sadhanas also can one pursue. So when nishta in jnanam happens, when nishta in jnanam happens, then these sadhanas, the disciplines becomes redundant, then can be dropped. Or jnanis, tattva jnanis, even after gaining jnanam, they do karma, but they do karma not as again preparing for nishta in jnanam, preparing for getting yogita in jnanam, because already they have nishta in jnanam. But still they do karma they do karma for lokasangraha. They don't really do karma. They doing karma is only a semblance of karma. It is karma abhasa. Because they don't have kartrutvam. So therefore, for the one who is aspiring for moksha, who is aspiring for freedom, for him, these disciplines, the sadhanas, karma yoga, upasana, etc., help to prepare oneself for assimilating jnanam. After assimilation of the knowledge, after having gained nishta in that jnanam, then there is no more sadhanam. Jnanam is already gained, therefore shastram also not required. Then what to talk about the sadhanam which were helpful in gaining jnana yogyata, they are also not required. Now here, in this Upanishad, in the context here, Acharya teaching to the Shishyas. Then one Shishya, when he asked Upanishadam Bhrugi, it means the Shishya lacks certain yogyatvam. Therefore, the Acharya suggests some sadhana by which one can gain yogyatvam. And the Upanishad already taught. The second chapter, first and second chapter, Upanishad already taught. So after gaining jnana yogyatvam, if one pursues jnanam, or while pursuing the sadhanas for gaining jnana yogyatvam, at the same time pursuing shastram, doing shravanam and vidyasanam, one will get the result. So it doesn't mean these sadhanas, this karma yoga, upasana, etc., They play a role in gaining moksha. They play, of course, play a role for gaining jnana yogyata, not for moksha. That must be clear. So therefore, the following mantra, 8th mantra, where the various sadhanas for the rays of knowledge are talked about. These sadhanas, along with the jnanam, gives moksha iti. No, it is not like that. So these sadhanas are meant for the not the gaining jnanam, which is obstacle free. Apratibandhaka jnana siddhaye sadhanani lakshamanani sadhanani apekshante. So it is not the samuchaya of jnanam and this sadhanas. So the jnanam which is gained because it is pratibandha sagita jnanam, pratibandha nivruttaye, kanichit sadhanani atra uktani acharyena. Karma yogaha upasana, karma yogena chitta shuddhihi, upasanaya chitta naischalya. And that yogyata on the part of the adhikari only we say, adhikaritam sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi. When we say sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi, it means viveka, vairagya, samadhi chitta sampattihi, mukshuttam. If any of them is lacking, then the jnanam would be sapratibandhaka jnanam. Therefore, that jnanam will not be effective. Therefore, for jnanam to be effective, for giving moksha, apratibandha jnanam, for that one has to grow in adhikaritvam. So therefore, the sadhanas are mentioned in the mantra, 8th mantra of this chapter. So let us read. Tasyai tapodamakkharmeti pratishtha
तस्यै तपोतमः कर्मेति प्रतिष्ठा
vedas sarvangani satyamaytanam
वेदा
वेदा
सर्वाङ्गनि
सर्वं
सत्यमयतनम्
सत्यमायतनम्
tasyai tapaha damaha karma iti pratishtha. Pratishtha bhavati. Vedaha sarvangani bhavanti satyamayatanam bhavati. Tasyai, kasyai, tasyai, referring to Brahma Vidya. But tasyai is Chaturthi Bhakti. Tasyai. Brahmanaha Vidyayaha Pratishtha. Brahmanaha Vidya, Brahma Vidyayaha Pratishtha. Brahma Vidyayaha Tapaha Dama Karma iti Pratishtha Bhavati. Similarly, Tasyaha Brahma Vidyayaha Vedaha Sarvangani Bhavanti. So we have to connect that. Therefore, Tasya is Tasyaha Brahma Vidyaha Pratishtha. Pratishtha meaning that is from the sta dhatu. Prati sta Prati Purvaka sta dhatu then becomes Pratishta plus Anpratyaya. Pratishtati Asyam iti Prati Pratishta. So Pratishta means that on which something is placed, something stands, something which is supporter, sustains. So it means for human being is stands. Human being how he is able to walk. What is the support of the human shariram, the body? The leg. Foot is the support. Foot is the pratishta, on which the person, on using which, or on which the body is also, of course, the foot is also a part of the body. Foot is the anga. Therefore, the person stands with the foot, the legs. A table has got legs. So the table stands on the legs, pratishta. So when the sadhanas, this karma, damaha, tapaha, karma, Vedaha, Sarvangani, Vedangani, all this. All these are like the feet, Padaha, on which Brahma Vidya is. It means Brahma Vidya stands on the feet. The feet are the sadhanas. That is, for Brahma Vidya to happen, to rise. These are the sadhanas. When these sadhanas are there, then Brahma Vidya is gained. Therefore, Pratishta. So, Tapaha is, simple translation of tapaha is self-denial. Tapaha nama kaya shoshanam, dega dandanam. In Yoga Sutra, it is defined tapaha kayendriya shuddhihi ashuddhikshaya tapasaha dehendriyanam shuddhihi tapaha iti. So, tapaha, and Bhashyakara in the Bhashyam, he will define, that is, tapaha is kayendriya shoshanam. So, self-denial, as prescribed by the Shastra. For what purpose? For gaining mastery over this Sharira Mana Sanghata. When this mastery is there, then Atma Jnanam happens. So, for Atma Jnana, for self-knowledge, mastery over body, mind, sense complex is required. Therefore, Kaya Indriya, Shoshanam, that is tapaha, like Upavasa, Maunavrata, etc. Even Shivaratri, that Ratri, Jagaranam, all these are tapas, sustaining on only water, tapas, or no water, or kracharadi rupa, tapaha, kracharadi, that vrata, chanandrayana, kracharadi rupa, tapaha, rupam tapaha bhavati. Then damaha is indriya nigragaha, withdrawing or restraining sense organs, not letting the sense organs to perform activities which are not conducive for gaining Atma Jnanam. So there are many activities we do in our daily life which are not really contributing to Atma Jnanam. Therefore, Damaha, mastery over sense organs. So from that we can understand Shamaha, all those things are required. Though not mentioned, we can bring in. Not only these sadhana, tapaha, damaha, karma, iti. By that, this Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, Mumukshutvam, all those things. And Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshanti, Rajavam, Yani Sadhanani, Uttani, Jnanani iti, Bhagavad Gita, Trayodasha Adhyaya, Tani api, Sadhanani. All these are included. So therefore, Damo, Damaha, Tapaha, Damaha. Then Karma. Karma is doing action, that is karma yoga, ashrama, varnashrama, uchita, shrauta, smarta, karmani. Performing karma according to one's stage and varna, stage and ashrama, as prescribed by the Shruti and Smriti. Shruti Smriti Vigita Karmani. That is performing karma as the situation demands or as Ishvara wants us to do. So doing karma, because karma is dharma. So therefore, doing what is to be done, responding to the situation, not violating dharma. That is important. That is why Ishvara. It becomes yoga, not just mere karma. It is karma yoga. When karma becomes yoga, then it becomes a means for gaining jnana yogyatvam. All these are the means for gaining apradibandha jnanam. For jnanam only through shastram, only through pramanam. But that pratibandhas are for pratibandha nivrutte. All these are the means, indirect means for gaining knowledge. So therefore, tapodhamma karma iti pratishtha. Tapodhamma karma iti pratishtha bhavati brahma vidyayaha. And Vedas also, because Veda, which has karma kanda and jnana kanda. So karma, jnana, upaya, sadhanam is karma kanda. Jnana, upaya sadhanam, jnana kanda. Atma jnana, upaya sadhanam, jnana kanda. Therefore, Vedaha pratishtha. Therefore, prapti, upasya, upaya sadhanani. Vedaha, all the four Vedas. Then sarvangani, all the Veda angani also. Shat angani, shiksha, kalpo, Vyakaran Viruktam, Chando, Jyotishamiti, all those also. They're also required. Vedaha, without Veda, without Jnanakanda, without Vedanta. So therefore, Vedaha, then to understand Veda, Vedangas are required. Without Vedanga, Vedas cannot be understood. Therefore, they are also sadhanas. Then Satyam. Satyam is Andrita Vachanam, Andrita Varjanam, Andrita Varjanam Satyam. Satyam, truthfulness. Satyam is not only Satyam, it is only Upalakshana. So, which stands for other things also. So, Satyam is mentioned because it is the primary sadhanam, that is sticking to the truth, not telling lies, but it brings in by Satyam other sadhanas also understood. It is only a Upalakshana. So, all these are contributory factors for Jnanam to happen. So, therefore, here, the sadhanas which are mentioned, some are sadhanas which are sakshat, some are paramparaya. Sakshat sadhanam means Vedanta, that is Jnana Yoga, meaning Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So this Vedanta which is included in the Veda, therefore this becomes sadhanam, sakshat sadhanam, antaranga sadhanam, the Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Shravanam of what? Shravanam of the Jnana Kanda of the Veda, that is Vedanta, which is included in the Veda. Therefore, sakshat sadhanam it is. And karma, damaha, tapaha, all these are, they also become sadhanam, but indirect sadhanam, paramparaya sadhanam bhavati, jnana yogyata prapte sadhanani bhavanti tani. So jnana yoga is antaranga sadhanam. And Jnana Yoga is covered by Vedaha, that is Vedanta in Vedaha. And Arad Upakara, Upakara Sadhanani Bhavanti is Tapaha, Davaha, Karma, Iti, etc. All these are. So both the Sakshat Sadhanam and the Arad Upakara Sadhanani Api Atra Uktani Santi. All the sadhanas are mentioned. So among them, which are directly contributing for moksha, which are indirectly. So Veda is a pramanam. Veda Purva as well as Veda Anta. Veda and Purva it involves karma. Since we are interested in moksha, therefore we are interested in Veda Anta, not in Veda Purva. So Veda Anta, that is Upanishad, it's a pramanam. So that is the sadhanam pursuing Vedanta, which is called Jnana Yoga in the form of Shravanam, listening to the Shastram and reflecting on the Shastram, Punah Punaha, and Nididhyasanam of what has been heard and gaining Nishta, all these forms the Antaranga sadhanam for moksha. All the other sadhanas which are mentioned, they are not direct sadhanam, indirect sadhanam. So under which comes all the other sadhan, tapaha, damaha, karma, iti, amanittam, adambittam, agimsa, kshanti, ityadayaha, the viveka vairagya, all these are sadhanani. Adhigaritva siddhaye, yani sadhanani bhavanti, tani आरात उपकारक साधनानि वेदाः वेदान्तः अंतरंग साधनं भवति वेदांतरंग साधनानि मुख्य साधनानि भवन्ति वेदान्तः because Upanishads are many Vedas are there, Upanishads are also many, therefore now let us read the Bhashyam. Yamimam Brahmim Upanishadam
यामिमां ब्राह्मीम् उपनिषदम्
Tava Agre Abruma
तव अग्रे अब्रूम
तस्याः उक्तायाः उपनिषदः
तस्यै तस्यायाः उक्तायाः उपनिषदः
प्राप्त्युपाय भूतानि
प्राप्त्युपायभूतानि
तप आदीनि
तप आदीनि
तप आदीनि तपः तपसि तपांसि नपुंसकलिंग शब्द तपः तप आदीनि tapas etc. These are the pratyupaya bhutani. These are in the form of the upaya, the means for gaining, upaya for means for gaining Brahma Vidya. Tasyaha Brahma Vidyayaha Uktayaha Upanishadaha. The Upanishad which was Ukta, which is Upanishad which was Ukta, talked about, for which for the gaining of that Vidya, these are in the form of sadhanams. Praptipaya bhutani tapardini sadhanani bhavanti. Upanishadaha. Uktayaha Upanishadaha sadhanani praptipaya bhutani sadhanani tapadini bhavanti. Tasya is tasyaha. Shashtyarte chaturthi. Convert the vibhakti. Tasya is chaturthi. Cannot be chaturthi. Therefore, Bhashyakara says tasyaha. It is shashtyarte chaturthi vibhakti. Priyuktah Priyukta asti. So tasyaha uktayaha Upanishad talked about it. Kena Upanishad. So, tava agre. Tava agre is, that is tava shishyasya agre, to you, to the shishya. This Upanishad, what Upanishad? Brahmim Upanishadam. Yam imam Brahmim Upanishadam. Brahmanaha sambandhi Brahmi. The Brahmim Upanishadam, Upanishad which is Brahmi. Therefore, Brahmim Upanishadam Yam imam, this Upanishad, Tava agre Abruma Vayam, which we taught to you. That Upanishad, that Brahma Vidya, that Brahma Vidya, the means for gaining that Brahma Vidya is tapas, etc. Tapahadini praptipaya sadhanani bhavanti Upanishadaha, Uktayaha Upanishadaha, Tava agre Yam Upanishadam Vayam Abrahma, Tasyaha Upanishadaha praptipaya sadhanani bhavanti. Tapahadini. Then what is tapaha? Shikara says, tapaha
Tapaha
kayendriya manasam samadhanam
Kayendriya manasam samadhanam
damaha upashamaha
Damaha
Dhamma
upasamaha
karma agnihotradi.
Karma Agnihotradi.
Agnihotradi.
Three sadhanas are mentioned as upalakshana. Not only these three, whatever sadhana which are contributing for the apratibandha jnana prapti, all those we can take. Now tapaha, what is tapaha? Kayendriya, kaya, sharira, indriya, sense organs. And manaha also, manasam. So kayendriya manasam, samadhanam, samyak adhanam, samadhanam. The samadhanam is samyak adhanam, that is focus. Kayendriya, that is all the three are in alignment. All the three, body, mind, and sense organs, they act in alignment with each other. There is no discordance. They act. They are all together. Yuktaha, yuktihi, yuktaha. That's why we say yuktaha, integrated person. So samadhanam. What the mind wants, that the person does. Indriya also obeys the order of the mind. But here the pursuit is Brahma Vidya, therefore all the three together is available in the pursuit of Brahma Vidya. Tapaha, that is a tapas. Then damaha. Damaha is upashamaha. Shamaha, upashamaha is withdrawal. Pausing, stopping. Stopping is withdrawal. Withdrawal from the activities, the actions which are not conducive for jnana. Therefore, other activities. Tamaha, upashamaha is, for example, Shrotrendriya. Shrotrendriya should be used for Shravana, not for anything else. Unnecessary things should not be listened to. Because once it enters the ear, it will stay somewhere else. And that becomes another samskara. So therefore, what is to be heard? What is conducive for moksha, that alone should be heard. Other things should be dropped. So shamaha, upashamaha. Karma, actions. Agnihotradi. Oh, Agnihotra, etc. becomes karma. That is Nitya Nimittika karma, which were Nitya Nimittika adi karmani, which were performed before, now becomes a sadhana when the person becomes a mumukshu. When the person turns to a mumukshu, then that becomes a sadhana for gaining antakarana shuddhi. So therefore, karma yoga. So therefore, it is Vaidika karmani, Vaidika Agnihotra adi padat, all the Vaidika karmas and the karma which are to be performed in keeping with one stage in life, varna and ashrama, or in the situation, Lokika karmani, all those things That's why karma yoga. Karma which is to be performed in given situation. The karma which performing which the order is maintained. So therefore Ishvara manifests in the form of the karma, demanding the karma to be performed and doing it. That is yoga, karma yoga. Therefore karma is karma yoga iti. Agnihotradi, Sandhya Vandana, Agnihotradi karma, all the rituals. And Lokika karmani also. Therefore referring to the yoga buddhi, karma yoga, which is karma with attitude, yoga, karma yoga, iti. Then the next line. Etaihi hi
एतैः हि
संस्कृतस्य सत्त्वशुद्धिद्वारा
संस्कृतस्य
संस्कृतस्य
द्वारा
सत्त्वशुद्धिद्वारा
तत्त्वज्ञानोत्पत्तिः दृष्टा
तत्त्वज्ञान
तत्त्वज्ञानोत्पत्तिः दृष्टा
एतैः साधनैः he is यस्मात् because सत्त्वशुद्धि द्वारा एतैः साधनैः he these sadhanas, these tapas, etc. They are the sadhanas, the means for gaining Brahma Vidya. How? Sattva Shuddhi Dwara, through Sattva Shuddhi, Antakarna Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi. Yogiraha karma kurvante sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. In Gita Bhagavan says, therefore Sattva Shuddhi. Sattva Shuddhi Dwara, through Antakarna Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi for what? Tattva Jnanotpattihi. Tattva Jnanotpattihi Kutra Bhavati Buddho. In the Manaha, Manasi. And Manaha should be Sattvam, Manaha should be pure. Manaha should be relatively free from Raga Dvesha. Relatively free from all the malas. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Raga Dvesha. Then only Tattva Jnanotpattihi Bhavati Dafa Drishta. It is seen. So Brahma Vidya, therefore, by the sadhanas, tapa, etc., these are the means for gaining Brahma Vidya through Antakarna Shuddhi. So Tattva Jnanotpattihi Drishta, it is seen for whom Samskritasya Purushasya, the person who is Samskrita Purusha. Samskrita Purusha means his mind which is Samyak Kritaha Samskritaha, refined. For a refined person, for a cultured person, for a disciplined person, Sattva Shuddhi Dwara, the person who is disciplined, who is refined, for him, etaihi, through tapas, etc., tapodama, karma bihi, the Antakarna Shuddhi. Antakarna Shuddhi is through Raga Dvesha Nivritti. Raga Dvesha Nivritti, Drishta Nivritti, as well as there are many Adrishta, Duritas are there, therefore Nivritti. So Raga Dvesha is Drishta. And there are also some karma which may be obstructing. Therefore Duritas, Papam is there. So you have to neutralize Papam also. So the Papam alone manifests as Durita. They are all Adrishta. So for that alone the sadhanas are prescribed. So therefore they become the means for Tattva Jnanotpattihi. So Tattva Jnanotpattihi, the rise of the Tattva Jnanam happens, for which the sadhanas are Dwara, they like the door, the entry. They are like the door. Here, Dwara is not in the sense of door, and So the sadhanas become the means for gaining. The rise of becomes a means for utpatti of this tattva jnanam, atma jnanam. And this happens only for Samskrita Purusha. The person who is Samskrita is Kalmasha Ragitaha Ityartaha. Samskritaha. All the Kalmashas are refined, are gone, neutralized. They are removed. So Samskritaha. Or by undergoing all the samskaras, religious samskaras, or by undergoing experiences in life, understanding, by that person becomes matured, for a matured person, for a refined person, matured person. Then Bhashakara says, why it is Samskritasya? Why we say Samskrita Purusha? Because Drishta hi
दृष्टा हि
Amrudita Amrudita Kalmashasya
अमृदितकल्मषस्य
Mukte api Brahmani
उक्ते
उक्ते अपि ब्रह्मणि
Apratipattihi Viparita Pratipattischa
अप्रतिपत्तिः विपरीतप्रतिपत्तिश्च
Yathendra Virochana Prabhutinam.
यथेन्द्र
यथेन्द्रविरोचनप्रभृतीनाम्
If the person is not a Samskrita Purusha, is a Kalmasha Purusha, Amradita Kalmashasya Purushasya. Samskritasya Purushasya Tattva Jnanotpattihi Bhavati Sattva Shuddhi Dvara. Yadi Purushaha na Samskritaha, Purushaha yadi na Samskritaha, Targi Tattva Jnanotpattihi na Bhavati. Purushaha yadi Kalmashaha Bhavati. Amradita Kalmashasya Purushasya. Kalmashas which are not Mridita, they are not removed. Amriditaha. So Amriditaha, Kalmashaha, Yasya Saha. Amridita Kalmashaha Purushaha Tasya Amridita Kalmashasya. Drishta eva walked Brahmani Vukte api. When this Brahma Jnanam is, even when it is taught, Vukte api. Vukte api means Upadishte api. Brahmani, Brahma Jnanam, Brahmani, Ukte. It is Sati Saptami. Ukte Brahmani Sati Saptami. So Brahmani is Brahma Ukta, Brahma Uktam. Brahma Uktam is Brahma Vidya Ukta. Brahma Vidya Ukta. Tasya Amridita Kalmashasya Brahma Vidya Ukta. Tatapi Tasya Jnanam na bhavati tattotpattihi na drishta bhavati. Why? Not only that. Not only Tattva Jnanam doesn't rise in the person who doesn't have the mind which is pure, who doesn't have a pure mind. And added to that, what is taught, either it becomes apratipattihi or viparita pratipattihi. Pratipattihi, when understanding doesn't happen, it is fine. But it is not just that. Dharma Vidya, apratipattihi, that is not understanding. Sometimes viparita pratipattihi. The danger is viparita pratipattihi, wrong understanding. Not understanding apratipattihi because of the lack of preparation, because antakaranam is not yet samskrita. Antakaranam is still, it is kalmasham. But viparita pratipattihi, for that Acharya gives the drishtanta, vyatireka drishtanta. Both is giving Anvaya as well as Vyatireka. Yata Indra Virochana Pravritti. Now, Indra and Virochana, they were the Shishya of Brahmaji. Both went to Brahmaji asking for Brahmopadesha. And Indra, in fact, Indra also in the beginning, he did not understand. So we can take both to be the Vitirika Drishtanta. After that, Indra got it. So Indra, the beginning when he was taught Brahma Vidya, he had Apratipatti. He had wrong understanding. He did not understand. First he had wrong understanding, and then he came to know that he did not understood properly. Again he went to Brahmaji, and so like that it happened. First he took, as taught by Brahmaji, this Shariram to be, this Annamaya Kosha to be Atma. Then further proving Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, then Anandamaya, then arrived at Atma. So at least that Indra, he repeatedly came and then he did analysis, he did vichara, and then gained. But Virochana is he had completely wrong understanding. Viparita Pratipatti. Both of them in the beginning had wrong understanding, but Indra was blessed. In the sense he did inquiry again and understood that his understanding was not correct. Therefore, he went back. Like that, he went 5 times. But Virochana, he understood wrongly and he was happy with that. Viparita Pratipatti. So Indra Apratipatti, Pratipatti for that example, Indraha, Viparita Pratipatti for that Virochana. So therefore, Brahmani Bhukte Sati Api Amrita Kalbashasya Apratipatti Drishta Viprati Putrachit Kasminchit Purushe Viparita Pratipatti Api Drishta Bhavati Loke Indrasya Apratipatti Bhukte Brahmani Sati Amrita Kalmashasya Indrasya Apratipatti Drishta Ukte Brahmani Sati Amrita Kalmashasya Virojanasya Viparita Pratipatti Drishta. Indra Virochana Prabhutina means etc. Like in Kena Upanishad also. Bhragur Vaiva Runihi Varunam Pitaram Upasasara. So Bhrigu, he goes to the father asking for Brahmopadesha. Then he asked him to do tapas. Tapas is Vishara. First he says Annam Brahma iti. The same thing, Annam Brahma, who can Annam be Brahma, Annamaya Koshaha. So therefore, he like that he analyzed, did the inquiry. Tapasa Brahma Vijignyasasva every time when father taught him. Then from Annamaya to Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. So then he transcended all koshas in terms of understanding and finally arrived at Brahma Vidya. So this is because of the lack of the Antakarana Shuddhi, the non-preparedness. If the person is prepared, the moment Jnanam is given, then the Upadesha is given, Jnanam happens. So Upadesha is Jnanam. So when Jnanam, the teaching is given, Jnanam happens. It is then immediate phalam. It is because Shastra being a pramanam. Eyes open, you see the object. So too here. When taught, when Shastra is taught, the Jnanam has to happen. Doesn't happen means there is a gap. The gap because the Antakarnam is not yet ready for the knowledge to happen. Therefore, Samskrita Purushasya Tattva Jnanotpatti Drishta Asamskrita Purushasya Tattvatpatti Jnana Tattvatpatti न दृष्टा अप्रतिपत्ति की दृष्टा विपरीत प्रतिपत्ति की दृष्टा है. So therefore the importance of antakarna shuddhi and the means for making the antakaranam means for preparing the antakaranam ready for atma jnanam. It means for preparing oneself, prepared disciplines. So that is highlighted. That is what this is taught here. Therefore, tasmadigava
तस्मादिह वा
atiteshu va bhagushu janmantareshu
अतीतेषु वा बहुषु जन्मान्तरेषु
tapa adibhihi
तप आदिभिः
kritat sattva shuddhehe
कृतसत्त्वशुद्धेः
jnanam samutpadyate yatha shrutam
ज्ञानं समुत्पद्यते यथा
श्रुतम्
yasya deve para bhaktihi
यस्य देवे परा भक्तिः
परमभक्तिः
यथा देवे तथा गुरौ
यथा देवे तथा गुरु
तस्यैते कथिता ह्यर्थाः
तस्यैते
कथिता यथाः
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः
प्रकाशन्ते
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः
इति मन्त्रवर्णात्
इति
इति मन्त्रवर्णात्
ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते पुंसाम्
ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते पुंसां
पुंसाम्
क्षयात् पापस्य कर्मणः
क्षयात् पापस्य
पापस्य
कर्मणः
कर्मणः
इति स्मृतेश्च
इति
इति
स्मृते
स्मृतेश्च
तस्मात् therefore ज्ञानं समुत्पद्यते इह is अस्मिन् जन्मनि एव तस्मात् इह वा इह that iha will correct later. Tasmat utpadyate. What? Jnanam. Yata shrutam. Shrutam is shruti. Yata shruti. Shrutam anatikramya. Yata shrutam. So jnanam utpadyate. Yata shrutam, not shruti. Shrutam anatikrami. What? Shruta is not yata shruti. Yata shrutam. Yata shruta is what is heard. Yata shrutam anatikramya. What is heard? What he understood. He heard, understood. Yata shrutam jnanam utpadyate. Yata acharyena uktam tata shrutam avagatam. That is yata shrutam. That is jnanam samyak utpadyate. Tasma, therefore, utpadyate. For whom? Krita sattva shuddhehe. Sattva is antakaranam. So, therefore, krita sattva shuddhi yena saha. By whom? Sattvasya shuddhi, sattva shuddhi. Shashti tatpurusha samasa. Shuddhi is strilinga. Therefore, krita sattva shuddhi yena saha. By whom the antakaranam sattvam is made shuddha. For him, that is Samskrita Purushasya Tattva Shuddhi Dvara iti Uktam Purvavakya. Therefore, Krita Sattva Shuddhehe Jnanam Samyak Utpadyate Yata Shrutam as he heard, as he understood. Ta Shrutam Avagatam Krita Sattva Shuddhehe, the one who, by whom the Antakaranam has been purified. All the ragadveshas are sufficiently neutralized. They don't have any more this strong say on that person. Therefore, by what? Tapa adivihi. Therefore, tapa adivihi, they are the sadhana, tapa, etc. Tapa adivihi, sadhana, all these the sadhanas, tapa, etc. And that tapa, etc., which he performed when Ihava, Asmin Janmani va, or Atiteshu va, Bhagushu Janmantareshu, or in the Janma which has gone, Atiteshu, Atita Janmantareshu, Asmin Janmani va, Janmantareshu va, Bhagushu Janmantareshu, many Janmas before, It means all these janmas, the births, he has been preparing himself for this Antakarana Shuddhi. He has been working for this. So he has been a Dharmika Purusha in this life or even in the many lives. Bhagunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. In Gita, Bhagavan says 6th chapter. At the end of many Janmas lives, the person becomes a Jnanavan, becoming a Jnanavan, Mam Prapadyate. So he comes to me. It means he has been working for this, doing homework. Or he has done homework in this Janma. I suppose the person has gained means he has done homework in the past Janma and maybe in this Janma also. So therefore all these Janmas has been working. That is all these in all the Janma he has been adopting, following these sadhanas for gaining Antakarana Shuddhi so that Jnanam can take place. That is why sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, that spiritual wealth is not that much easy. In fact, the whole life is meant for gaining that alone. Jnanam happens in a moment. But this, the sampatti is the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. For that, janma janmantara is required. We must have done some homework before, therefore, in this janma, therefore, in the janma, we have got this knowledge, apradibandha jnanam. So, therefore, the entire exercise, the whole life exercise is meant for gaining chatushtaya sampatti jnana yogita. So, therefore, some jivas we see in the world, they don't perform any karma yoga, they don't lead any grasthashrama life and following karma yoga or upasana. They come to jnana and get, because they must have done all these things in the previous janma. Aneka janma samsiddhi. That jnana yogyata is aneka janma siddhi, not jnana. So therefore, this yogyata is gained through many janmas. So therefore, krita sattva shuddhehe. The sattva shuddhi is kritam. Iha va asmin janmani va ajanmantareshu. It depends on how powerful, how strong the samskaras are there. If samskaras are so strong, then one janma is not enough. Many janmas are required. So, and Swamiji says, he said in our class, if the person is coming to Vedanta, this janma means, then he must have done homework before. He must have followed Veda Purva, karma, all those karma, anushtanam he must have done. And therefore he has come to Vedanta now. It means he must have been a yogi, karma yogi before, following, doing the Nitya Naimitikadi karmas, must have done all those things. Therefore, now Veda Purva has got no utility for that person, therefore he comes to Vedanta. He can give the benefit of doubt to the person and take to be like this. That is, the person has come to Vedanta means he must have done. Or even after coming to Vedanta, suppose if a person turns back and goes, it means the samskaras are so strong. Not yet he is freed from samskaras. The sattva-shuddhi has not happened. Therefore, he has to go for a long round and then come and can come back. Probably will come back. So therefore, Tirtasattva-shuddhehi jnanam utpadyate. Yata shrutam, that is, shrutam anatikramya, as in keeping with this, keeping with what he heard, what he was taught, he heard, shrutam, he heard. That is Shastra. An Acharya quotes from the Shruti, Yasya deve parabhaktihi. Parabhaktihi is Ishvara bhaktihi. Deve parabhaktihi. Deve deveshu. Intense bhakti, the bhakti parabhaktihi. Yasya, one who has that devotion, bhakti for the Lord. Yasya deve parabhaktihi. Tata guru api. The same way he has for the Guru. The bhakti which he has for the Lord is the same way as bhakti for the teacher, the Guru. Tasya, for him, katitaha artaha, whatever artaha, that is the upadeshaha, uktaha, katitaha, by whom? By the acharya, by the shastram, that prakashante, that the upadesha prakashante, that becomes prakashante, it is revealed in this buddhi. For whom? Mahatmana for a person, Mahanatma, the one who is Krita Sattva Shuddhi, he is Mahatma. All the arthaha, the upadeshaha, prakashante, it becomes revealed, evident for that person. He is a Mahatma. Whom we call Mahatma, the one who has understand the tattvam, the truth, as taught by his teacher. Then he was Alpatma before, now Jivatma, now he becomes Mahatma. He because his understanding. So that Bhakti Shabda is there. And Bhakti, expression of Bhakti through Karma Yoga, Ishwararpana Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi, and yes, Bhakti for the Guru. Therefore, does Shavanam and understood the Upadesha of the teacher and the Shastram. Therefore, for such Mahatma, the Upadeshas becomes evident. Iti mantra varnat. Iti Shvetashvatra Upanishad, mantra Acharya quotes. And also from the Mahabharata. Jnanam utpadyate, jnanam is born, pumsam for the Manushyanam, pumsam jnanam utpadyate, au papasya karmanaha kshayat. When the papa karma, durita karma, mohapata samasta durita kshayadvara, Shri Parameshwara Prityartham, therefore when papa karmas are neutralized, kshayat, gone, removed, then jnanam utpadyate. Because as long as papam is there, they will be a they will be acting as the obstacles for jnanam to rise. Papakshayat jnana utpadyate. The Mahabharata also says. Therefore, papam to be removed. What is the means of papam? Sadhanas are required. Therefore, puja, upasana, etc. Even Shravanam also removes papam. The papa karma, in the beginning, it is removed by karma yoga upasana. And still some papas are there that can be neutralized by punyam, and Shravanam itself is punyam. Slowly the person becomes refined, a matured person, understanding person. So therefore it can papas, the residue papas can be neutralized. In the beginning, karma, of course, karma is required because it depends on the intensity of the papa, intensity of the kama, krodha, etc. There are also pratibandha, kama, krodha, rayaha. And in the Gita, Bhagavan has said this kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. They become the obstacle. And mahashana, mahapapma, they are the mahapapma. So therefore, how this kama and krodha, how they become mahapapma, how they can be removed. They are mahapapa, they make the person to commit action which are prohibited by the Shastram. And those the tendencies, the stored tendencies can be overcome by the sadhanas, respective sadhanas, by the corresponding so whatever sadhanas. Not just by Shravanam it will go. In the beginning itself, Shravanam is doing, therefore it will not happen. In the beginning, it may require the intense sadhana, karma yoga, etc. Upasana. Then by that only those papam can be neutralized. That is why karma yoga is suggested. Dhumena vriyate vannahi yatadarsho malena cha yatolbena vrito garbha tatha tene damavritam. Fire, when it is covered by smoke, how much effort is required? It's got less effort. So if the intensity of papam is less, then that can go away by a simple karma or Shavanam itself will take care of those papa, it will neutralize. Ishvara Smaranam, etc. Japa ityadi. And mirror is covered by dust, then some effort is required. Or Garbhaha Ulbena Avrataha Garbhaha, when fetus is covered by the womb, how much effort is required? Therefore, not only effort, time is also required. That is why Aneka Janmasam Siddhihi, Ihava Janmantareshu. So one has to take up the intense sadhana like Karma Yoga, Upasana, etc., by which alone they can be Durita, can be removed, Papa Kshaya can happen. Therefore, Karmanaha, therefore through Karma, Karmanaha, Papa Kshayat, Pumsam, then Jnanam Utpadyate. Iti Mahabharate api Uktam. Mahabharata Acharya quotes from the Smriti, therefore Shruti, Smriti, Smritescha. Next paragraph, Iti, that we will see. Beginning with Iti, next class we will see. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः शरण्जी। धन्यवादः।
धन्यवाद।